Hello, beautiful souls. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. 11:11, make a wish. It doesn't matter what time zone you're in, this totally counts. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Misty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Hello, beautiful souls. Oh my gosh, 11:11, make a wish. Doesn't matter what time zone you're in, it totally counts. I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. I'm so excited. Hi. I'm so pumped. So today we're talking about the magic of everyday life, because life can be so chaotic. We get so wrapped up in going, and doing all of these things for all of these people, all of our loved ones, all of our friends, right? It's all great, right? But we lose track of the magic of these little moments. And so I just want to bring us back to that. And it's funny how when you're present and when you get like just a second, just like a little second, just like maybe you get a minute in the car or the bathroom. I know for a lot of moms that's not realistic, but so when you get that little second to check in, to be present, and you can be mindful of the magic of life, and so everyday life. And so every day at 11:11, I'm going to start hopping on here and talking about hacking into the magic of everyday life. And so today we're talking about communication, the magic that is communication, right? It can really transform a mood. It can transform a mindset. It can transform anything, basically. And a conversation can go so many different ways. So communication is so important. What's the most important part of communication? Listening. So we need to be open to receiving messages. And it's funny, whenever you approach a conversation, whenever you approach a situation in your life, and you're open and you're mindful, and you know that not only do you have something to share, you have some knowledge to impart, but the person you're speaking with also has their own wisdom, and there's something you can learn from them too. Sorry, it's so beautiful outside. I keep looking at the sky because it's all windy and stormy, and I'm hoping it rains today. But so it's all about being mindful as we communicate. And so finding that magic. This morning, it was really sweet. My cousin Brooke, she's on here. She gave me a call this morning. We FaceTimed, and her little baby Henley, she's about 2. She called me and we got to chat, and it was really a magical moment. And I was rushing around. I had so much to do. I was in a hurry. I was trying to get cleaned up. I knew I wanted to shoot this video, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about yet. And so we were talking, and she's a great person to bounce ideas off of. She works from home too, so like she gets it, and she gets all the things. And so we were bouncing ideas off of each other, and she's like, just be real, just be authentic, hop on there and be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But as we were talking and just communicating and getting things off of our chest, and just kind of venting and taking turns listening to one another, and just having a normal conversation, it occurred to me that like that was the magic that I was looking for this morning. Like just talking, like that's what it was about. And so I know we don't love it. I know sometimes some of us, I don't love talking to people whenever I have a problem. I would rather like hash it out within myself. Hi Fayway, I love you so much. I'd rather process myself before I communicate to others. And I mean, I don't like things to come out messy, but sometimes that's the best way to get them out. And so for those of you that just joined us, we're talking about the magic of everyday life, and how communicating is magic in itself, and how it can be so soothing and so healing to communicate with someone you love. Jess says, I'm the same way, but I've learned to communicate a lot better. Yeah, it really helps. Like, as painful as it can be at first, Claire says, you totally do that too. Yeah, I get it. Man, it's tough because we don't think anyone's going to understand us, but a lot of people feel misunderstood. It's a really common occurrence. And whenever we're mindful and we're listening and we're being present in that magic, that's when the people we're speaking with feel heard. And that's whenever they pause and they take a moment and they listen to us in return. Hi, Jill. And so there's a lot of magic in communication. And if you're just open to receiving those messages, and you're open and confident in yourself, if you know what you want and you know what you're about, then you can convey those messages to others more articulately as well. And so it really makes a difference whenever you're open to receiving that magic and open to sharing that magic. You just need to learn to think before you communicate. I understand. I think that's a big problem for a lot of us is we're afraid of how we'll come off. We're afraid that we'll put our foot in our mouth. I know I do. I am very vocal. I have no problem speaking my mind. I come from a very loud family that is really excited to share our opinions. And so I have to take a moment back. And that comes with practice too. I feel like the more we practice communicating, mindful communication, conscious language, the more we practice using conscious language, the better we become at expressing ourselves and also like receiving messages from others. Sometimes it's hard. They say people are a reflection of us, like it's a mirror. You're speaking to a mirror. And so sometimes it's hard to swallow these messages that we're not necessarily too keen on hearing, especially when it's about us or it's about something personal. And so but I really feel like there is a lot of growth to be had in that. How do you handle someone who just doesn't let you talk and they talk over you all the time? That's a really tough one. I have a couple of different tactics to use. It depends on how close you are to the person. I pull my energy back. If they're just going to talk over me, I retract my energy from them. I retract my interest. And so if you can't, and a lot of times, like, there may be a reason. They may really need to divulge something, and it doesn't come out right away. So a lot of us like to talk and talk and talk and talk, and it comes out over time as we process verbally. And they might just be a vocal and out loud processor. They might not have been taught to listen. And so it's great to take a minute and to try to hear them and to see if they really have something to say or if they're just not giving you a chance. And then if you're really close to them and you can, just call them out on it. Be like, hey, I want to say something too. Like, go back to what you were saying a second ago. I'm losing my train of thought. Bubba tells me that all the time. He's like, you're saying too much at once. I'm still on your first train of thought. He's like, can we go back to that? Oh, my little godson is listening to me talk. Hi, Orion. I love you. So it's really important to listen to them, but to also like maintain some healthy boundaries with that, and like not to keep giving all of your energy to that person that's not even taking a moment to hear you. Hi, back to Norway. What time is it over there? And so yeah, it's tough. What kind of relationship do y'all have? Are you hi UK? All right, man, we've got the whole world on here. Are y'all close? Like, can you convey that to them gracefully, or do you think they'll take it poorly? And sometimes that comes in time. Like, if it's someone that's close to us and we have more and more interactions with, sometimes I feel like that builds. Like, you can almost, maybe they're not listened to enough in their everyday life, and so they don't take the time to listen, but the more they're around you, choose your friend, you just backed away. Grace is a skill. It's definitely something to learn. And that's sometimes all we can do. And maybe sometimes those people aren't ready to hear the messages we have to share. Mentally drained. Well, you definitely have to take that time to recharge. Like, respect to everyone. I want to hear you. But if I don't take my me time, I love some alone time. I think it's super healthy. And so I just take a step back and just heal and just process myself and come to terms with whatever's on my mind. And then you can kind of go from there. Maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you'll be ready to listen again later. And then, and maybe that's just a friend that you have to talk to intermittently. Did anybody else have any questions about the magic of communication or have anything they'd like to share? I love hearing, has anyone had an experience lately where they had communication that was just really magical, like really in the flow with things? I love that. Whenever you just have a really good conversation, and that seems to come back to being in the right headspace, being open to those conversations. One of my friends, Faith, who's here right now, she is really good about going into new places with an open mind and being super receptive to everybody, to anybody that could cross her path. Like, no judgment, no preconceived perceptions. She's just open to receiving messages from everybody. And it's so, I feel like being around her and that kind of energy, I've been able to witness the occurrence more often and take it into my own life. And just being like, you know, when you're standing in line with someone, just make conversation. Um, yeah, go water your plants. I understand. um, but yeah, just make conversation. Just be open to receiving those messages and reaching out. You know, just hey, you know, make a joke while you're in line. You know, whatever it may be. You've had several people blindside you, opening up about things they had no idea why. I guess they just felt like your energy was open enough that they could express themselves to you, that they felt like you were a safe space. Yeah, it was healing for them. Felt like it was like a safe space that they could get to. Yeah. Well, you guys, I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. It's all I had to share. Be mindful of the be mindful of the magic of everyday life and how communication plays a part in that. I love you all so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon tomorrow at 11:11.